From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Dyslexia is a learning disorder. It interferes with the ability to recognize words and, for some people, to understand what they have read. Experts say dyslexia affects about 5 to 10% of the population in the United States. Researchers have long known that people with dyslexia write or read words and letters backwards, in the wrong order. But a new study shows that dyslexic people may have trouble redirecting their attention between senses. It suggests that such individuals may have trouble moving quickly from what they read to what they hear. The findings were published in the journal Current Biology. Vanessa Harar of Britain's University of Oxford led the study. She tested 17 people with dyslexia and 19 others without any reading problems. The volunteers were asked to push a button as quickly as possible when they heard a sound, saw a light, or experienced both together. Dr. Harar compared the speed of their reactions. She found that people with dyslexia were just as fast as the others when they saw only a picture or heard only a sound. But the dyslexics had a slower reaction time when they heard a sound and saw a picture at the same time. Dr. Harar thinks that playing action video games could help dyslexic people move more quickly from seeing to hearing. She adds that fast-moving images in video games force the eyes to move quickly. She says the games train the attention system to move quickly. The study also showed that dyslexic people might learn more quickly if they heard the sound of a letter or word before saying it. This may affect how dyslexic children are taught to read. For VOA Learning English, I'm Laurel Bowman.
VOA Learning English. This is the Technology Report. Military leaders in Africa want unmanned aerial vehicles to help guard borders and large open spaces. But engineers and makers of these aircraft, called UAVs, say they could do much more. They could fly medicines to those in need, protect wildlife, and transport goods quickly and at low cost. Kenyan engineer James Manyoki has built several UAVs, commonly called drones. His latest one can carry an object weighing up to 6 kilograms. At first, drones were designed to carry a camera for military or security purposes. Mr. Manyoki says UAVs can now be used to take pictures for news media or private use. Park rangers in South Africa are flying small drones over wildlife areas to watch endangered rhinos. Some experts say drones could document the movement of refugees or record human rights abuses. They say the aircraft could help in search and rescue operations and fly aid to hard-to-reach areas. But other experts warn that opening up civilian airspace to UAVs could create problems. Kristen Sandvik is the director of the Norwegian Center for Humanitarian Studies. She says a drone carrying a camera may be used to take aid to a refugee camp. But she asks, what happens to the information it may gather? She says drones are costly and not yet ready for widespread use. And the sensor technology needed to prevent drones from crashing into things needs to be improved. And in most countries, drones cannot be flown without laws governing their use. Opponents and supporters of drones do not agree on much, but they do agree that the technology is coming, likely within the next 10 years. For VOA Learning English, I'm Carolyn Presutti.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Technology Report. Researchers in Hungary have now confirmed what many dog owners already knew. Dogs, or canines, can understand our feelings. Scientists used magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI, to learn about dog emotions. The research showed that they are similar to the emotions of human beings. An MRI uses magnetic fields to produce images of the inside of the body. MRIs are painless and do not require the patient to be cut open. However, the patient must remain still, and the patient must be awake to record brain activity. In the past, dogs have not been good MRI patients. They are not usually calm in a laboratory. But researchers at Hungary's ELTE University petted the animals and gave them food treats. As a result, the scientists were able to capture images of the dogs' brains. Researchers trained 11 dogs to stay completely still while images were taken of their brains. The researchers tested the dogs' reactions to about 200 emotional sounds, including crying, playful barking, and laughing. Then they compared the dog reactions with reactions from humans. The researchers discovered that the reactions were similar. These findings are not just important to dogs and the people who love them. The researchers say this study establishes a new kind of comparative brain science. They say it was not possible to measure the brain activity of a non-primate and a primate in a single experiment until now. The Hungarian scientists say the study has a message for ordinary dog owners too. Treat your dogs as real friends. Now, there is scientific proof that they do in fact understand what you are feeling. For VOA Learning English, I'm Alex Villarreal.